Hello, my friends. I'm just going to make this short little talking video with a little bit of movement about the shape flow. So shape flow is a concept that I learned about in Laban movement analysis. And what it is all the little tiny adjustments that we do in our bodies to feel okay. And it's also our breath support, our core support. And when I say core support, I don't mean I'm engaging all my muscles. I'm not thinking really on a muscular level. I'm thinking in a whole coherent level so that my system is working with the most efficiency possible. And that means for human bodies, there's a lot of little adjusting, movement, freedom. When we're healthy in our tissue, when we're healthy and we're not sort of calcifying in the spinal cord, so we're avoiding spinal stenosis by small micro movements in the spine, big breathing, big oxygenated breath. Not all the time. We don't need to breathe our heaviest all the time, but every once in a while, letting yourselves release on the exhale. Sighing, letting it out so we can downregulate a little bit. So back to this idea of shape flow. I studied it in my 20s, in the 90s, and it was one of the most impactful, profound things for me to encounter in my studies with Laban movement analysis. And that was this idea of if I just let my body kind of do it, this underneath, this deep support is going to come online. But I'm also accessing it by having an awareness about it and giving my body space to adjust, to move. So here's an example. If there's a bunch of people, you see a bunch of people standing in line somewhere, and let's just pretend they didn't have phones yet. But what are they doing? They're shifting their weight, they're adjusting, maybe wiping their nose, any of that kind of stuff, any of that kind of sort of subconscious, unconscious layer of movement where we're not thinking about this movement, it's just happening, is movement that helps us adapt to being alive in the world. And I want to take this a step further. I started studying Continuum, and I studied with Liz Koch, who's the SOAS person. And Continuum and Liz led me to Continuum. But the idea that inside of us, there's a biomorphic intelligence. There is the desire for freedom and flow, in our systems, for them to be healthy. There needs to be a coherency of the systems working together, where I'm not gripping and squishing and tensing up around things too much. If I'm gripping and twisting, and I need to then soften and let that release in order to let my body become more healthy and more free. And when my body is healthier and freer, guess what? I am going to be healthier and freer. I will be able to think more creatively. I will be able to think more clearly. I will be able to be alive. So all of that work, and Continuum is the work of Emilie Conrad and Susan Harper and countless other women and maybe some men as well. There are some men I know in it, but it's mostly women. I highly, highly recommend it, especially if you've kind of I've done Pilates, I've done gyrotonic, I've done all these things. I'm a dancer. I want to move my body. If you want to come into your body in a different way, try Continuum. Lots of people are teaching online. Mary Abrams at Moving Body Resources has classes in New York City. Linda Rabin is up in Canada. There's people all over the place who are amazing. And Elaine Colandrea is here. Lots of people to learn from. So this is a great time. If you are feeling oh God, there's nothing to do, I'm isolated, I can't do anything, do some fucking internet research and check it out. There are people, Cherionna. I've never met her, but she's teaching in England, I think, maybe Scotland, but she's got a ton of videos. And at first you're going to go, ooh, what the hell is that? But then after a while, once you let the idea sort of settle in and percolate into your tissues, you may find some more space. You may find some more capacity to adapt to being human. And also when we start to do that, we're starting to release the holding patterns. We're starting to notice and tune into things that may be in our systems that we could start to let go of. So it's kind of a way to start clearing, I don't want to say, but I'm going to say trauma, but clearing things in your system that are no longer serving you. You may need to do this in very small doses. You may need to do 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute of okay, I'm going to land in my body. I'm going to bring my awareness into sensation, feel what it feels like, and allow some stuff to percolate. I meant to say sparkle up. So that's my little talk on shape flow, free thinking, Continuum. Yeah, give it a shot. Have a good day. Happy.